You are watching YETicket.com with Al McGee, movie reviews and interviews. This is YETicket.com, YETicket.com, your entertainment ticket.
We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETicket.com. We are your entertainment ticket, that's right.
Hey, I'm Al McGee with your entertainment ticket at www.yeticket.com. The film I'm going to talk about right now is called Suffragette. That's right. This is about the women in the early 1900s fighting for voting rights and other rights too at the time. This takes place in London, in England. Yeah, not in the United States. In fact, these British women, they fought for their rights in the early 20th century. But there are only two names that are real people. Again, they're characters in the movies, but it's based on real people in this movie. The rest of the people or the rest of the characters in this movie are fictional. Now, the two are Pankhurst, played by Meryl Streep, and Emily Wilde Davison, played by Natalie Press. The rest of the women are all fictional. But, you know, again, they're telling a story. They're trying to tell a story. What happened to these women in the early 1900s? Well, anyway, these women, you know, the story focused on these women who were working at a laundry. But, of course, you know, they've been treated poorly. The owner's raping the young girls. He's not going to jail, and people are afraid to tell on him because he's the employer, and they don't want to see him lose his business. So, you know, they're not telling on that. But it also shows how these women demonstrate and also became terrorists by blowing up mailboxes and homes to try to achieve their right to vote. Now, I will admit, this is a good history lesson. The first history lesson you learn is that back in those days, women were really men's property. Women had to follow what the man said, and everything belonged to the man, not the woman. History lesson number two in this is that even women at that time did not have rights to the kids. The man determined what happens to the kids no matter what happened. For example, there's a scene where one of the husbands of the women who were protesting, he kicked her out of the house. He had a son. He couldn't take care of the son and work. So he put his son up for adoption without the wife having any say so, and it was illegal. Of course, you know, lesson number three, paid less and longer hours. And as I mentioned earlier, lesson number four, many women were raped, but the rapist was left unpunished. And another thing I like about this film too is that even though Meryl Streep name is all on the marquee, she had about 5 or 6 minutes in this film, and that was it. And they just really paid her to get her name in there so to attract more people to the theater. I did get a little emotional watching what happened to these women because I knew this was true, what happened to women throughout the past in many nations and many countries, the way they punish women. In fact, women still getting punished today, and they're still not getting equal pay, but at least they have the right to vote in many countries, but not in all countries. Now, as far as the acting with Carey, Mulligan, and Anne-Marie Duff, and Helena Bonham Carter, Ben Whishaw, Brendan Gleeson, Meryl Streep, well, you know, there was nothing really exceptional in this film as far as acting. Also, the director, Sharon Garai, you know, she shot this very dark. There was really no sunshine in this film whatsoever, none. There was not a real lot of color. She made it seem like it was really dark for women back in the day. And actually, it was dark for women back in the day. But many women did have some sunshine back then because they accepted their lives like that. And the screenwriter is also Abby Morgan she did the best she could with this story and with this script. But like I say, it's just a great history lesson. You really did not, at least I did not get passionate about the main characters in this. I mean, I cared about them. I wanted to see them succeed, but they couldn't because everything was against them. But they tried. I'm giving this film only 2.5 palm trees. It's great value and effort, but it still didn't fulfill me enough to say, hey, this is a great film. Only 2.5 palm trees. That means it's above average, but only 2.5 palm trees. So I'm Al McGee. Thanks for watching Your Entertainment Ticket at www.yeticket.com.
This is your entertainment ticket. Latest and greatest.